about my love. Wasn't it enough? Just let me know.
What a fitting day to wear a Chris Olave jersey, as Derek Carr is now the newest member of the New Orleans Saints, and he has some weapons that he has there. And I know we have some legal troubles with one of them. So we have Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas at wide receiver, Taysom Hill making a move over to tight end, and of course Chris Olave, as we mentioned earlier. He's actually going to be playing with a better defense as well. Now, we're talking about Derek Carr and being a 4,000-yard passer multiple seasons, one of those seasons being 4,800 yards. We know what he did with Devontae Adams. That doesn't need to be said. Devontae Adams had one of the best years of his career, and he gets reunited with the coach that drafted him in 2014 and Dennis Allen. So with that being said, I think Jameis Winston is going to be a cap casualty, and we know that they have some money issues, but hopefully they can draft a young guy in that quarterback room to kind of give him some pressure and build around Derek Carr, as I still think that he's a pretty good quarterback in this league. Well, the infamous franchise tag, aka the Prove It tag, has been slapped on Dallas Cowboys running back Tony Pollard, which also is going to directly impact what they are going to do with Ezekiel Elliott. Is he a trade casualty or a cap casualty? What do they do with Dalton Schultz, who's a 10-yard per reception type of tight end who can be very productive on another team? We know about his social media issues, right? He just blocks everybody. But going back to Tony Pollard, nothing less of a really good year for him. I've been saying for years that I think Tony Pollard should have been the starter about 2 years ago, when we started to see that line kind of be a shell of itself, the offensive line, and Ezekiel Elliott having some injury issues. And now I think the Dallas Cowboys are like, let's move forward. Let's see if you're worth a long-term deal. They slapped the franchise tag on them today. And I hope Tony Pollard ends up being everything that they thought he was going to be, because I think he's a really good player in this league. So I really don't want to speculate here, but it looks like the Tennessee Titans are rumored to be shopping Derrick Henry. I guess that they want to go total rebuild, which I think is absolutely idiotic, since he's one of the best running backs that have ever played for the Tennessee Titans. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna give you guys 3 teams to look out for that may be trying to shop for Derrick Henry if this rumor is true. First one being the Washington Commanders, Eric Bieniemy being their new coach. You know, they got 16.3 under the cap right now. Not sure if they want to move forward with Brian Robinson, but I think he comes in to make your team better if they go with Sam Howell. 66.8 is the cap space for the Atlanta Falcons. Hey, I'm not sure an Algier is going to be the running back to go to, but they got a lot of cap room to make a move happen for him. And then lastly, the LA Rams. I know they might not have a lot of money and a lot of draft capital, but they dropped Leonard Floyd. Let's see what they do with Jalen Ramsey, and he automatically makes them better on offense as well. The Seattle Seahawks, I guess, have looked at that MVP caliber season Geno Smith had and now has locked him up for 3 years at $105 million. You hope that this is your guy over that period of time. What did the Seahawks do now? Do they draft the quarterback still just to keep their quarterback room fresh, which I'm a huge fan of? Or do they look for somebody like Drew Lock to keep developing under the Pete Carroll system? Now, like I said before, Geno Smith had one of the best resurgences to a career that you can ask for, starting out the gate for Seattle, beating Russell Wilson. So this year is going to be a little interesting. Now that they've locked him up at that price tag, what does he do? Can he keep with the consistency? Well, you better hope so. You lock him up for a pretty good penny, and you hope that he's your starter here for the foreseeable future.